Hey, so I'll be showing you how to make this transition. So just a quick disclaimer, I'm inspired by Fly. He was like the first person I saw doing this transition, but I didn't find any tutorials on how to do it myself, so that's why I'm making this one, right? It's actually not that hard. Let's get into this. So the first thing you want to do is just have your clips set up kind of like this. You want the first clip to be under the second one, and you want the second one to kind of overlap the first and the third one. Don't forget to turn this on and this. You also want to place some markers on where you want your text to appear, and make sure you lock them. What you want to do then is hide the third and the second one, and we'll start with the first one. Press Ctrl Shift Alt Y to make a null layer, then split them and just copy them a bunch of times. After you've done that, press Ctrl Shift Alt C to make a camera layer and also split them. Move your camera layer under your null layers. Make sure you turn 3D on all of your layers. Parent your camera with your null layers and try to follow what I do. So what you want to do first is go to your first null layer, press P, right click on position and choose separate dimensions. Make sure you click the stopwatch on the Z position. After you've done that, go to your first clip, press P, right click on the position and select separate dimensions. Also press R and make sure you select the rotation. X rotation and Y rotation, my bad. Make sure you press the pen tool and we're going to start making our mask, right? Just try to follow me. Then go to your first null layer and try to zoom this out to the size you're comfortable with, right? I think minus 1200 should be fine. Move this keyframe somewhere around here and now zoom this in like a bunch. 2500 should be fine. Make sure you select these keyframes and press F9 for easy easing, and go to your graph editor, select this keyframe. But yeah, make sure this is on the speed graph. Select this keyframe, try to follow what I do, and you should have something like this. Make sure you move these keyframes from your first clip over to here and try to follow what I do. Okay, so after you've done that, select these two keyframes, these four keyframes, press F9 again, go to your graph, and again, just follow what I do. Make sure you select both of them. Okay, after you've done that, you should have something like this. Perfect. After you've done that, we're just going to add some text. So press Ctrl T and just type in the text that you want. The font really doesn't matter, but if you want to know, I'm using Gotham Light, right? The color also doesn't matter. I'm just picking white because I'm more used to picking white. So just type in the text. Make sure you split the text. For the sake of making this less confusing, I'm going to change the color of my text layer to aqua. Move this around here and make sure you move your text above your first layer. Turn on 3D for the text. Also turn on motion blur and parent your text to your first layer. Now you can just move your text somewhere around here. Make sure you press R for rotation and just kind of have this. Make sure you press P and have the position have this 0. Scale should be 100. Let me change the rotation a bit more. I'm just going to make the text a bit bigger. Okay, this should be fine. After you've done that, go over to your first clip and copy this by pressing Ctrl C and Ctrl V, of course. Move the copied text under the original one. Press scale and make this 110. Now press T, make the opacity 35, and we're going to add some drop shadow to the first layer. Should have this. Make the opacity of the drop shadow 0.5. Just copy my settings, right? Now copy the drop shadow, and on the second one you have to make this minus 12, right? Not for the blur, for the shift X and Y. Minus 12, minus 12. You should get something like this. Make sure you select both of these, copy them, and add them to the second clip as well. Okay, that's good. So you should have something like this. Now for the text, we're going to add glow and drop shadow. Also just copy my settings again. And after you've done that, turn your second clip back on. We're going to make a mask for the second clip. I should have something like this. We're going to move it with the position, right? Just like this. Go over to your second null layer, press P, separate dimensions, X position, Z position, and now you want to press R and go press the Z rotation, right? Press U to get all of your keyframes. Okay. Move these somewhere in the middle of this. Okay. And just try to follow what I do. Okay, if you've done all of that, just easy ace all of these keyframes again, press F9, go to your graph editor, and again, just try to follow what I do. So first select all of these three keyframes and move this slightly a bit like this, select these and move these somewhere around here. And you should get something like this. This is not bad, but I kind of want the transition to be longer. I kind of want to move this more like this. The second clip, I want this to just be here. And we're going to make this like 4K. Yeah, something like this. Okay, because we made the rotation on the null layer like +8, we're going to make the rotation on the second clip -8. Never mind, +8 as well. Yeah. Okay, press P on the second clip. And because we made it like -700, we should also scale this up with the position. I'd suggest -700 again. Kind of want to zoom this out a little bit more, like -1100. And let's just make this one 1300. It's pretty much the same thing, right? Okay, go to your second layer, press R, check Z rotation, X rotation, press U to get all of your keyframes. Move this, I'd say around here. Copy these keyframes and have them somewhere at the end of your transition. I'm just going to move these keyframes back over here just so I can see what I'm doing, right? Just try to follow me again. So I decided to check the Y rotation as well. So just to let you guys know, I copied this around here. So okay, just to let you guys know what I did, I made the Y rotation -70 and the Z rotation 35. I didn't really touch the X rotation, so don't mind that. Highlight these keyframes, press F9 and move this back around here. Go to your graph, and this time we're just going to make this somewhere around here and move these around there. You can move these last two keyframes a little bit before this. Let's just see how that looks for now. Okay, I think I want to make the Y rotation maybe -90. Okay, now for the text, it's pretty much the same thing, but this time you just want to copy this text and link this, parent this with the second layer, move this above the second layer. Just try to follow what I do, press P. Your text should be here. Move the text under there. Press R, just kind of have this again. I'm gonna make this 2.5. I think that should be alright, right? Or just make this 3. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay, go back to position, have this in the middle. So go back to your second clip and make sure you copy this again. Move the copied clip under the original one. Press scale, make this 150, 110, never mind. And make the opacity 35 again. Now copy the drop shadow of these, right? And control paste them on both these clips. Okay, after you've done that, you should have something like this, right? Okay, you should have something like this. Okay, and now for the last transition, it's pretty much the same thing, right? At this point, you should kind of understand what I'm doing. Select your third null layer, select separate dimensions for the position, select Z position, X position, press R, press the Z rotation, press U, copy these keyframes and paste them like one frame before the last frame. Select this. You should see your third clip right here. Just move this all the way here, right? And we're going to make our last like mask. After you've made your mask, move this back over here. And we're just going to make our last transition. So try to follow what I do. Move this clip somewhere. Just here, right? I'm gonna make this transition a bit longer. Should have something like this, kind of. 6. I'm just gonna move this back over here. And make the Z position like minus 1100 again. And make the clip itself minus 2600. Okay, you should have something like this. Easy ace these keyframes, press F9 again, go to your graph, and again just try to follow what I do. Move this a little bit up here, select all of these, move this back here. After you've done that, you should have something like this. If you want to like get rid of this, just like this, right? And it's gone. Okay, so select your last clip again and just press R and select all of these. Copy these keyframes and paste them to your last, to the end of this clip. Move all of these back here just so you can see what you're doing, right? We're just going to make the transitions again. Okay, so I made the Y rotation plus 90 and the Z rotation minus 20. Move all of these keyframes back to the beginning again. Select the last 4 of them, press F9, and again just follow what I do. After you've done all of that, select these last 2 keyframes, like here, move them a bit here, right? Let's see how that looks. After you have this, just copy the text again, press Ctrl C, Ctrl V, move this above the last clip, and just reset all of these. Parent this text to your last clip, reset these again. Move the text above the last clip, somewhere in the middle, change the rotation. Okay, so now copy from the second clip the drop shadows again, place them on the last clip. Now copy the last clip. Move the copied clip under the original. Scale this to 110. Press T for the opacity, make this 35. After you have all of that, we're just going to change the text now. So select the text and just change it. So this should be skin. Don't forget to do this for like the second clip as well, right? Of your... I'm just going to close all of these and we'll see how this looks. Hey, so as you can see, I'm just adjusting these keyframes and I also added a background. But don't worry, if there's something you missed or you didn't understand it, I will be giving away this project file for free in the comments and or description. I just want to take this time to say thank you for watching this video, and if you like this, please just subscribe or like this video. And I would also appreciate it if you followed me on Twitch and on Instagram. That would mean a lot to me. I will be planning to stream a lot more on Twitch somewhere in the near future, so I hope you look forward to that. But anyways, thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one, I guess.